Step into the chilling world of notorious serial killers and uncover the sinister secrets behind their macabre souvenirs. Delve into the minds of infamous murderers such as Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and Jeffrey Dahmer as you explore the haunting collections they kept hidden from the world. From locks of hair to Polaroid photographs, each artifact tells a harrowing tale of tragedy and terror, offering a glimpse into the twisted psyche of those who walked the darkest paths imaginable. Brace yourself for a journey into darkness, where every souvenir holds the weight of unspeakable crimes and the echoes of lives lost. Number 1. Ed Gein. Ed Gein, a notorious serial killer who operated in the United States during the 1950s, initially drew law enforcement attention for grave robbing. However, he eventually confessed to the murder of 2 women. Despite his relatively low body count, the extreme brutality of his crimes left a chilling legacy. Gein gained infamy for fashioning objects from the skin of his victims, including masks, corsets, and lampshades. His eerie dwelling, depicted in images, shocked local authorities in a small Wisconsin town. Gein's macabre deeds inspired some of cinema's most memorable characters, such as Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, Norman Bates in the film Psycho 1960, and Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs 1990. Number 2. Jeffrey Dahmer. Known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, Jeffrey Dahmer was responsible for the gruesome murders and dismemberments of 17 males between 1978 and 1991. His disturbing obsession began with preserving the heads and genitals of his victims using acetone. As his compulsion escalated, Dahmer amassed a chilling collection of dismembered body parts in his freezer. When he was finally apprehended, the first responder to arrive at the scene was greeted by the sight of a freshly severed man's head placed on the lowest shelf of the refrigerator. Before we move to number 3, if you are enjoying the video, please subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Thank you. Number 3. Dennis Rader. Dennis Rader, known as the BTK Killer, adopted the moniker in the letters he sent to authorities and the media while conducting a deadly spree spanning 2 decades. BTK symbolized his method: bind, torture, kill. Despite committing 10 murders between 1971 and 1994, Rader eluded capture until 2005. His penchant for retaining mementos from the crimes, including victims' driver's licenses and photographs of their bodies, contributed to his ability to evade detection for so long. Number 4. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, a notorious figure in American criminal history, is notorious for his unparalleled skill in charming and manipulating his victims. His heinous deeds encompassed the merciless slaying of a minimum of 36 women, a chilling reality that continues to haunt society. Bundy confessed to authorities that he had decapitated 14 victims and preserved their heads for macabre purposes. Shockingly, he disclosed to detectives, given the opportunity, they could assume any persona you desire, as he had meticulously groomed and adorned them with makeup. Number 5. John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy, infamously known as the Killer Clown, perpetrated gruesome acts, including the murder and sexual assault of at least 33 young boys and men during his reign of terror. His association with a missing schoolboy led to a search of his residence, where authorities unearthed mementos gathered from numerous other victims. Among these items was a class ring belonging to a different high school graduate who had vanished after graduation. This pivotal discovery linked Gacy to multiple other disappearances, unveiling the harrowing magnitude of his atrocities. Number 6. Dennis Nilsen. Dennis Nilsen, akin to Jeffrey Dahmer in the British setting, lured susceptible men to his apartment under the guise of providing them with alcohol and company, ultimately taking their lives through strangulation. Following these tragic acts, he would proceed to bathe the lifeless bodies, dress them anew, and commit further violations. Nilsen's apprehension came about when human flesh, which he had failed to dispose of properly, obstructed his neighbor's sink, revealing the grim evidence of his deeds. A subsequent investigation of his residence led law enforcement to uncover bags containing human remains, shedding light on the extent of his horrific actions. Number 7. Alex Mingle. In 1985, Alex Mingle came under suspicion as a potential suspect in a police murder investigation. During an unprovoked traffic stop, he inflicted harm upon an officer and was later apprehended after a car chase. Upon searching his vehicle, authorities stumbled upon several intriguing items, among them what appeared to be a wig. However, it was soon revealed that the car Mingle was driving belonged to a recently disappeared woman, and the wig was, in fact, her scalp and hair. Mingle had taken it after committing her murder, suggesting a disturbing intention to impersonate her. Number 8. Ivan Milat. Ivan Milat rose to infamy as Australia's most notorious serial killer, earning the moniker the Backpack Killer. He would offer rides to backpackers and hitchhikers, deceiving his unsuspecting victims before leading them into the wilderness, where he callously shot or stabbed them before burying their remains. Upon police investigation of his home, a substantial cache of stolen camping equipment was uncovered, constituting an extensive collection that included sleeping bags, tents, and clothing. Number 9. Ed Kemper. Ed Kemper, famously known as the co-ed killer, tragically ended the lives of 6 young female college students in the early 1970s. Before these abhorrent crimes, he had already served time in a juvenile detention facility for the murder of his grandparents at the age of 15. Kemper's spree concluded with the murder and decapitation of his mother, whom psychologists believe was always the primary target of his deadly intentions. Shockingly, he preserved her head, using it as a macabre dartboard before ultimately turning himself in to the authorities. Number 10. Joel Rifkin. Joel Rifkin, a notorious serial killer, operated in Long Island during the early 1990s. Though officially convicted for the murders of 9 women, it is suspected that his actual body count may have reached 17. In 1993, he was apprehended after police stopped him for driving without a license plate, leading to the discovery of a concealed body wrapped in a tarp within his vehicle. Rifkin confessed to his crimes and directed authorities to his residence, where they uncovered a chilling collection of keepsakes taken from his victims. Among these items were undergarments, ids, accessories, and even a solitary library card. Number 11. Anatoli Onoprienko. Anatoli Onoprienko, infamously dubbed the Terminator, was a prolific Ukrainian murderer, responsible for the deaths of 52 individuals, predominantly within the span of a single year. Upon his arrest in 1996, authorities found over 100 belongings belonging to the victims in Onoprienko's possession, notably including the undergarments of his female victims. Number 12. John George High. John George High, the notorious acid bath killer, was responsible for the murders of at least 6 individuals during the 1940s, with the possibility that his tally could be as high as 10. High earned his chilling moniker due to his gruesome method of disposing of his victims' remains by dissolving them in acid to obliterate any evidence. Despite his cautiousness in avoiding incriminating mementos, High betrayed his own principles after the murder of a well-to-do couple, Archibald and Rose Henderson. While he disposed of most of their belongings, he inexplicably chose to keep their dog. Number 13. John Christie. John Christie, an English serial killer, claimed the lives of a minimum of 8 individuals. He became infamous as the Rillington Place Strangler due to his habitual use of strangulation in his apartment on Rillington Place. Rather than holding on to personal belongings or individual body parts, Christie opted to store entire bodies within his residence. His reign of terror came to an end when he rented out his home to tenants who stumbled upon 3 deceased bodies concealed in a secret alcove in the kitchen, leading to his eventual arrest. Number 14. David Parker Ray. David Parker Ray, known as the Toy Box Killer, is suspected to have been an extraordinarily prolific serial killer, despite no bodies ever being found. His horrifying method involved kidnapping women and subjecting them to prolonged sexual abuse. To erase any memory of the traumatic experiences, he would drug his victims before releasing them. His associates have asserted that he ended the lives of numerous women, leading authorities to estimate his potential death toll to be as high as 60. Ray passed away in 2002 from a heart attack, never having been convicted of murder. The FBI released a collection of photos on their website showcasing various items believed to have been taken from his victims. Their aim was to encourage individuals with information to come forward and identify these belongings. The assortment includes a range of items such as underwear, jewelry, and even children's clothing. If you enjoyed this content and found it beneficial, don't forget to show your support by giving it a thumbs up, sharing your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you ensure that you stay updated with our latest content and join a community of like-minded individuals interested in channel focus. Your support means the world to us, and we look forward to continuing this journey of exploration and learning together. Thank you for being a part of our community.